Morning, excited friends. Mitty Man coming back at you from Walker's Music. Yet another word for the day. Mind you, Sunday morning. Time to go out to the house of prayer. House of worship, one more time. We give God the praise, we give God the glory. We're giving him thanks for life, health, and strength as well as it is. And we are praying for a day that be uneventful. But nevertheless, the Mitty Man has to be a realist, and he have to call things as he see them, and I will not lie about them. To let you know, to let everybody know that things are not as they sometimes appear. You know, we still say we wish for the best, even though sometimes things may not be going the best, but we wish for the best. Giving a big shout out, Baby Justice, all the way up to Big Papa JT, the YouTube family. We want to say we hope that everybody's day be a good day. And we hope that if you do, or if you are going out to the house of prayer, house of worship, we hope that your day be a full day filled with enjoyment. And you get a word from God and not just a news forecast or a news report. People, this morning, Mitty Man is in a kind of a state to whereas he kind of got some mixed feelings this morning. Got news yesterday from another member of constituent, an associate of mine that I did and I do consider a friend. Things have been a little rocky in the past weeks and everything, but sometimes, you know, like we say, people cannot handle the truth. And when you tell them the truth, in other words, it sometimes will make people get distant from you when you tell them the truth. But nevertheless, you know, he told me some things about maybe perhaps that's going to go on this day. As I come out with saying, we praying that God will be done. But Mitty Man has decided that, well, first of all, Mitty Man is not going to be in strife with no one. I'll let you go first. In other words, I'll let you go and I'll cut you loose, because Mitty Man is not going to be in strife with no one, not if he can help it. And as far as I have taken just about as much as I'm going to take off certain people as far as trying to do for them in these churches. And I got a mentor, Mike Murdoch. I crazy about Mike Murdoch. I was a partner with Mike Murdoch for a while, but things took a turn, and things have not been so, you know, so to speak, in these past few months and everything. But nevertheless, I'm still a big fan of Mike Murdoch. He often said that you stay nowhere where you are just tolerated, but go where you are celebrated. And people don't respect your gift, and people don't respect. See, I'm not saying glorified. I'm talking about respected. Because see, only God get glory. And people don't appreciate your gift and respect it, then you should move on. And this is based on what Jesus told his disciples. He said, well, any place that you go and you will not receive. He said, you test that place to see does it qualify first for your blessing, your peace. And if it doesn't, when you leave, he didn't say if you leave. He said, when you leave there, you shake the very dust off your feet as a testimony against them, and it will be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city or that place or that town. So people, Mitty Man had decided. In fact, I've not just made this decision, but it's more solid now than ever. Mitty Man decided that he don't have to take that. Mitty Man has decided that he doesn't have to take that. I've been taking this stuff for about 17, 18 years in this area, and trying to make people want something, trying to get them to make them take pride in what they do and everything. But I see it's just not going to happen. And me, as a minister of the gospel of music, I consider myself a minister of music first. But then you see, I also am a minister of the gospel as well. We all are. If you're a Christian, if you're a believer, you are evangelist to a degree. But I consider myself a minister of music first and foremost, because of the fact that that was my calling and a gift. That's the first thing that I noticed about myself. And I've tried to do the best that I can, and now it has gotten to the point in these latter months that it seems like nothing you do is enough, and you always got certain people. See, I refuse to have people, and this is not a judgment call, people. This is just a reality check. I refuse to have people that are living even just as bad as I am or worse than me to try to rule over me and tell me how to act. You can't do that. That's just not going to happen. In other words, if you're gonna if you don't want me to drive, don't give me license. So with that being said, Mitty Man just saying to the YouTube family, to everyone that that might view this video, it's time out. I keep telling you, it's time out for playing church. And I think that's what a lot of things are going on in our churches today. A lot of time, instead of we hearing this gospel, we hearing a news forecast and a news report. You see what's going on. I think, man, say, I don't want to hear that. See what's going on down at the Board of Education in the Senate. That ain't got nothing to do with salvation. Nothing. But most of the time when you go in these churches, that's all you hear. People don't watch the news all week and they bringing that mess into the church. I don't need to hear that. I need to hear, how can I get my body healed? How can I get my spirit and my soul satisfied? This is what I need to hear. I don't need to hear about the forecast, what happened at the Board of Education and what happened down at the Senate. I care less about that worldly stuff. Oh, yes, I'm not saying that it doesn't affect us to a degree. Yes, I know those things do exist, but I'm saying everything has its place. According to the Ecclesiastes, there's a time and a place for everything. And I feel that church service is not a place for that. Oh, you could mention something as an example, I guess. But I'm just saying, most of the time when we go out to the house of prayer, that's all we hear. We hearing stuff that have been on the news. I could have stayed at home for that, because I don't watch that all week. If you want to be depressed, the only thing I can tell you to do is just keep watching that news forecast and stuff. That'll sure make you depressed. I need some good news. I need the gospel. But at any rate, with that being said, we're not going to make the video that long, but I just had to let the YouTube fam know Mitty Man is going to put some people on notice this day if I have to, because I refuse to continue business as usual and just going through the motion. Tired of going through the motion now. I take my gift and I take my talent and I go on if that needs be. With that being said, this is Mitty Man saying I hope you have a blessful Sunday worship service, and I hope it'll be an uneventful day as far as being bad things happen. I hope all your days be bright days. This is Mitty Man saying peace. Goodbye.